Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Grind Time Podcast. Together, we are turning our to-do list into our did list, and I am teaching you the methods that I use every night to find gratitude in the things that I got accomplished. During this podcast, I will just walk you through everything that I did today as a startup entrepreneur, hoping that you find motivation and encouragement in your own journey to keep going and to create your own income or financial freedom or whatever you're chasing. It might be a marathon runner, who knows? But just knowing that at the end of the day, the things that you got accomplished, the small things sometimes are adding to the bigger mission and the bigger goal that you are going after. And so every night, I'm just going to run you through what I did. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. If you're listening to this on YouTube, there is a comment section, makes it really easy to do that. If you are listening to me on any of your other podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, there is not a comment section, but there is a Q&A section. And I believe the question reads, how do you feel about this? Or what did you think about this podcast? Something along those lines. And so as a response, please ask your questions and I will answer them here. What else? And that's it. I'm just going to jump into what I did. I'm trying to keep all of these podcasts less than 15 minutes just so that you can get a sneak peek and I can hold myself accountable for the things that I did. So I got up and I started this day. Side note, I have something written here: abundance, wellness, and freedom. I don't remember where I heard that from today, but I know if I wrote it down, I wrote it down for you. So we're just going to claim it: abundance, wellness, and freedom. However, we want to go after that, we're claiming that over our lives. Okay. Abundance, wellness, and freedom. Then I started my day. I emailed Saint Sage. It's a candle workshop in the area, and I offered them my consultant services as a community engagement specialist, really just helping brands, small business, local businesses get involved with their community. Because when you are involved with your community, guess what happens? Your community becomes involved with you. So it's an important aspect of any business on any level. I've done this work in the corporate arena, and now I am hoping to bring it to small businesses in the area. So that was really my first pitch. Remember, this is the year of execution. So it's been on my brain, it's been on my mind. I think it's written somewhere, to go after consulting business. And so I sent my first pitch today, fingers crossed. Then I prepared and shipped an order from the gift shop. I was excited about that. I'm always excited about orders. Like it really does something for me. Um, then I started Entrepreneurs Be Like This page on Instagram. I know I mentioned a few episodes back that I watched a guy who builds these themed IG pages and then he's able to monetize them. The themed pages grow using repurposed content, so it's the way that he explained it. It seems pretty simple. They're growing these accounts using content that has already proven to go viral on other platforms, using a theme. So for me, it's entrepreneurship, and I've got a lot going on. I don't really have time to be pushing new ideas. But the reason I pulled the trigger on this one specifically is because if I'm going to be on Instagram and I'm going to be there, no matter how hard I try to not pick up the phone in the morning, I spend time in the morning when I wake up, and I spend time when I get in the bed at night aimlessly scrolling. And so now I'm trying to make everything that I do be productive. And so if I'm going to be aimlessly scrolling, I might as well be trying to grow a theme page. Why not? So go follow Entrepreneurs Be Like This, and I will continue to post content that entrepreneurs really be like. So it should still be a good win. Um, I pay my tithes because you need to sow a seed. I will continue to preach sowing a seed. I watched a couple podcasts. I actually found another podcast today that I was enjoying. The guy's name was Sean Anthony, and he was preaching good. I mean, not preaching, but he was talking good money business. I wrote here, don't chase the money, chase the impact you can make on others' lives, and make money using the message. I had to turn it off though, because then he was like, get a job. And I was like, I don't want a job. So I'm not listening to nobody that's talking about get a job right now. I am not in the mood to create wealth for others. I am truly in the mood to create assets, income assets of my own, be about my own business. But I still got some good notes out of that. Actually, I wrote a couple things down for you from that podcast. What is the message inside of me that I want to get out? So, encouraging you to think about what is the message that we have on the inside of us that we want to get out, and then focus on making an impact, and the money will follow. I truly believe that. Back to community engagement. Once you are making an impact on your community, the money follows. The community starts fucking with you. Excuse my language. Um, Wisdom is found in seeking advice. Please, if you are starting something new, if you are doing something for the first time, if you are you're jumping off the cliff and you're like, I'm finna run a marathon, I'm finna start a business, I'm finna start a nonprofit, I'm about to go back to school. Like anything that you're about to do, go ask someone who's already done it. And if you don't have someone in your network, in your circle that's already done it, go to YouTube University. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the subject is. Somebody has done it and documented it the same way I'm doing here, the same way I'm listening to others. And I am learning and picking up gems. I'm creating a themed page off of something that I watched. Please, wisdom is found in seeking advice. I think for a lot of us, we have just seeking advice is almost a sign of weakness. It means that we don't know something, but it's a lot I don't know, because if I knew everything, if I knew how to create $250 a day in profit, I'd already be doing it. So no, I have to go ask some questions. I need to be around like-minded people, and I need to talk to people who have a message on how to get that done. So wisdom is found in seeking advice. Please go seek advice. And where there is no vision, that is where people perish. I have learned I did not always have a clear vision, but I have maybe in the last, let's say 12, not quite 24, but maybe like 12 to 18 months, been able to identify where I didn't have a vision, where I could have had a vision and moved differently. And now I'm at a place where the vision is so clear that there is just no room for any other path, because the vision has been made so clear. And I've mentioned this before to somebody, if not you, but B. Simone was on the Earn Your Leisure podcast, and she said, I knew, like, she was just talking about how she knew she had to move forward. And she was like, I knew that if God gave me the vision, then I just needed to move in it. It was just like God did not give me the vision to not move forward in it. And so my vision is just like super clear right now. There's clarity in it. It feels much better. Um, all of that to say, where there is no vision, that is where people perish. So get you a vision. Let it be clear. Write it down. After that, I registered to be a vendor at a virtual summit. It is I've never done this. I've never attended one. I don't know what to expect, but it is a virtual marketplace where they have invited several Black-owned businesses, and then they will invite attendees who are able to come into this online marketplace and browse all of the stores that are in attendance, hoping that they shop. So it's really creating a place for a customer or a client to come shop Black business without having to do all the search. So we'll see how that goes. But I am making it a point to put myself and my gift shop in a position to meet new buyers. So that's why I did that. I disputed that Fiverr grind time design that I told you my nephew could have done. I personally do not dispute transactions or like return meals at restaurants. I feel like if I bought it, if I purchased it and I ordered it and it was some BS, that's on me. That's on me for spending that money. That's on me. I couldn't take this L. I don't have it right now. That was 166 for a journal that I just don't have. And luckily, it was an easy process. They went ahead and they didn't give me the cash back, but they credited my account. So I have $166 to use towards another project. So I'll keep you posted. I scheduled that date to do that radio interview. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I tried to make some intro graphics for this podcast. I know I also mentioned in the last episode that I was going to take a 2-week break so that I could polish it up, create an intro, do these graphics. I don't really think I have it in me to take a break because I don't want to give myself room to stop. So here I am, not giving myself room to stop. And we are going to find out how to create these intro graphics together. So whenever you see them, it'll be whenever they're done. As of today, I didn't figure it out. But I tried. I really did. Then last thing that got done is I requested a quote from Vervante, print on demand for journals. As mentioned prior, I watched a podcast on how to publish and print a journal on demand. And on demand means that I will design the journal, but Vervante, if I chose to go with them, they would have the design on deck. And when you ordered it from my website, they would get the order, they would print the journal on demand, and they would ship it to you. So all of the logistics is there. The bright, like, that's a great deal, right? Like I don't have to hold on to $200 journals in inventory. I can see if I even have the bandwidth or the audience who will purchase the journal without like digging into my pockets. The problem I learned was going through their catalog. So I haven't got the quote yet, but like going through their catalog, most of these journals to print are like $25. And if I'm printing a journal anywhere between $25 to $35, that means I have to sell it between $55 and $65. I don't think journals are worth that. I have, I do. I'll take that back. I have one journal that I think was worth it. It was a gift, and when I went to go reorder it, I think it was like 85. I didn't reorder it, but I do think it was worth it. I don't think, but I am trying my hardest to keep this under $20 because I like journals under $20. So that's what I did today. Not always a lot, doesn't always feel like a lot. I got that order shipped out, so some money came in, but on most days it's money going out. I'm trying my hardest to live this Nipsey Hustle life, all money in, no money out. But right now it's just all money out, on this quest as a startup entrepreneur. So on most days where it feels heavy, like I'm just getting up and I'm trucking along and the 250 ain't coming, the thousands ain't coming yet, I can at the end of the night go back to this list, read down my did list, and feel some and offer myself some grace and go to bed with gratitude towards my efforts and knowing that I got something done. So if you're at the end of your night, or when you get to the end of your night, go back to your did list and do a quick read to make yourself feel better. And it sounds like this: I emailed a company about my consulting services. I prepared and shipped out an order from the gift shop. I created the Entrepreneurs Be Like This themed page. I paid my tithes. I watched a podcast that had some encouraging messaging. I registered to be a vendor. I disputed that grind time design. I scheduled a date for a radio interview. I attempted to do the podcasting intro graphics, and I requested a quote for the grind time journal. And then take a deep breath because you did it and the night is over. So go take a break, go run yourself a bath, go take a hot shower, go light your indica or sativa candles, go roll a joint. I certainly will. Do whatever it is that makes your break time feel like a break and get ready for the new day. That is the purpose of this. We are on this grind together, we are learning together. I hope you learned something. I hope you feel encouraged. If nothing else, I appreciate you listening. So please subscribe, learn, and like, and we will do this again tomorrow. Good night.